Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Sunday.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday. What's happening? How y'all doing out there? All right. Well, I am here again on Sunday to talk about another episode of Fightland. Okay. This is was season one, episode 4. It's 50 Cent show called Fightland. So, and the name of the episode is called Protect Yourself at All Times. Okay. Protect yourself at all times. So this is everything is starting to heat up. This is a pretty good episode. I mean, things were confirmed that we already knew. There's a few things that was confirmed that we already knew as far as um, the kids didn't know where Kingsley is and they have not been in touch with him. And then also too, oh, hang on. Oh, I'm sorry. I internet messed up for a second. It was also confirmed that Aiden is Duke's son. We already knew this, but now it's been confirmed. Okay. We already knew this. We knew this from episode 1 or episode 2. But now it's been confirmed. Okay. So what's up, Eric H? How you doing? Hey Michelle. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get rid of this. Okay. I got too much stuff up here. Hey CJ, how you doing? So CJ was the first one here. How you doing? My Sunday has been going very well, very relaxing. Just had my dinner, and now I'm up here to talk to y'all. Let me see. I see Candy Love then popped up in here, and then I say hi to Michelle K. Okay, all right. And on that note, what's going on? All right, y'all. So we ain't gonna be up here for no long period of time. So we're just gonna get into it. All right. So what y'all first of all, let me ask y'all, what y'all thought about this episode? What did y'all think about this episode? Any thoughts? Is it a thumbs up, a thumbs down? You give it A plus, B, C, D, or F grade. I mean, what do y'all think? I thought it was pretty decent. I thought it was pretty decent. It's definitely one thing about this is a new show. So I read some comments somewhere that they thought it was slow and dragging. I don't think so. I think since episode 1 we've been pacing it pretty good. I think it's been steady. I think I give it like a good B. Now I like Michelle K said at the same time. I give it a good B. Um oh, wait a minute. CJ says to all the Virgos all around the world. Yeah, shout out to all the Virgos. It's Virgo season. Shout out to all the Virgos. I'm not a Virgo, but my season gonna be coming up soon, Libras. But shout out to the Virgos. Yeah, I give it a strong B because each episode we're building. We're getting to know the characters. We're getting to know the backstories and different things. We still got more to learn because we still have to wait until Kingsley shows up. And I think Kingsley's going to show up probably by episode 5, especially after what went down in this episode. I think Kingsley is showing up. If he don't show up episode 5, he's definitely coming for episode 6. But I feel very confident that he's going to be here for episode 5. So Eric H says, B, it's been pretty solid. Starting to learn more and more about the characters each episode. That's how I feel. I feel the exact same way. Eric. You said poor Dookie. Yeah, poor Dookie. Oh yeah, poor Aiden. And poor that maid. Okay. She looked, that maid was coming to work, minding her damn business, and damn, she ain't here no more. Rest in peace to her. I'm giving this episode B plus because Kingsley is hiding in the shadows. Yes, Candy. And Candy, we're going to talk about it on Tuesday as well. So I'm going to get your thoughts on Tuesday when we get with Amina and Detroit and DiBiase, and we're going to be talking about it. But I don't think Kingsley and the Marshals had anything to do with what happened to Duke. I really don't. I really think this whole thing is set up by Armando, the Mexican drug lord that's set this whole thing up in motion with Duke, because he has the most to gain. He has the most to gain. So I think the Mexican drug lord is the one who set all, the whole thing in motion. I don't think it was the Marshals at all. And I think Duke is over his head, way in over his head. Yes, Dookie. Yeah, that's a piece of that maid. But let's get into the episode real quick. Hold on. Let me pull up my pictures. Bam. Let me see here. I like to have pictures so I can have something to guide me along with the episode. Okay. So, Fightland. Okay. So it picks up where we left off from the last episode. Hey RC, what's up? Happy Sunday. It picks up where we left off with the last episode, and um they remember Duke, I mean not Duke, Zeke asked Duke to go with him to deal with the Russians. And so they're going to see this guy, Sergey, or whatever his name is, to you know, because Zeke believes that the Russians is the one who bombed up the casino. And if anything I say here is wrong, please correct me and put it in the comments. Or if I get anybody's name wrong, put it in the comments. So they coming in, and of course he didn't tell Simbella about it. So he's at one of them Russian bathhouses, right? And Zeke gets all up in this guy's face, and then he gets his face and get in Sergey's face and put it down in the hot coals. And it amazes me that everybody in the bathhouse just take off and in the sauna, they just take off and run. Ain't nobody tried to help Sergey. Nobody tried to help him. It's only two of them, Zeke and Duke, and there's probably 10 other people up in there, maybe more. They could have jumped him and beat him up, and nobody do nothing. They all took off and ran. And so Zeke gets up in his face, and Duke beats him up, punches it. Sergey stomps on him, stomps him down to the ground. He's sitting there curled up in a fetal position like a baby. And then, Zeke put his face down in the hot coals, burnt the whole side of his face. He looking like Two-Face off a Batman series. Okay, so it was they should have took out Sergey Nash off the table. Yeah, they should have taken him. I agree with you, Michelle. They should have taken him all the way out. They should have taken him out. Weakest Russian group ever. Yeah, exactly. You got about 10. It had to be at least about 10 other Russian people up in that place. And yet they all get to running as soon as some commotion going on. Ain't nobody stopped to help him. Which I don't give a damn about Sergey, but it was just funny to me that he was there with his people, ain't getting no help. So moving on. He goes and tells Simbella everything that went down. Zeke goes and tell his sister Simbella, Cece, everything. I might just say Cece because instead of saying Simbella, but he goes to tell her everything went down, and she said, "You showed your face because he did take the ski mask off and showed his face. That's where he messed up. That is where Zeke messed up. Why would you show your damn face? Okay, so he showed his face, and then she was, trying to tell him something. He said, "Look, you don't control nothing. I run this. Okay, you ain't controlling nothing." And so many words. He ain't said the way I'm saying it, but so many words. He told her that. I can't stand Zeke either. I am not a fan. He's a goofball. I really think he is a goofball. Okay. And I'm just not feeling him. I'm not feeling Zeke no, I'm not feeling him. So yeah, I don't like Zimbella though either. Be honest with you, I don't like neither one of them. I'm not a fan of Zeke or Simbella. They both can go in the fire as far as I'm concerned. You know, bring back the daddy. I'm trying to see Kingsley. That's who I need to see. I think next episode we are going to see him. Okay, so Nikolai saw Sergey. His whole side of his face is burnt. Like I said, he looking like the character, the villain Two Face is on the Batman series. Whole side of his face is burnt. I mean, why would you just burn one half his face? You should have killed him. I don't understand. Y'all had guns. Should have killed his ass. So Nikolai, you know, it was what Sergey was trying to like threaten, get smart with Nikolai. And Nikolai let him know, you ain't gonna be talking to me crazy like this. So they was talking back and forth in Russian, and but you can see the Sergey is not gonna let this go. Okay, he is not done with it. Nikolai don't want to do nothing about it. He ain't gonna do nothing about it because he's messing around with Simbella. That's his girl. So he not gonna do nothing about it. And he told Simbella too, look, the whole thing with Sergey is off the table, as far as taking him out. But yeah, Zeke is an idiot. I agree, Candy. A big time idiot. I'm not the biggest fan of Zeke, and Simbella is way too moral. Oh, you said too morally black for you. Okay, Cece has no pure morals whatsoever. Okay, I never heard nobody say it that way, but that okay. Okay, I see your statement. But I'm not a fan of either one of them, so I don't really give a damn about either one of them. Now, this clown here, later on, he did help Duke, but we'll get to that at the end. But Jack Hammer, I don't like him. He's just talking smart, and he's just talking smart and keep on calling him former, heavyweight, and just teasing him and messing with him and keep picking at him. And so Duke got sick of that shit. So they get to trying to squabble, and but Jack Hammer was getting better punches in him. Duke's hand is still messed up. He hasn't been boxing. So he even though he was trying to throw some punches, it wasn't really landing. But then you got Zeke over in the corner, hiding over in the corner like a little mouse, a rat in the corner, recording the whole thing on his phone because he gonna put that on social media because he's trying to get Duke back into the ring because he can't get that big payday with the boxing promoter with the 6 fights and unless Duke comes on board. And Duke he know Duke ain't ready to fight. He know Duke ain't ready, but he gonna try to throw him in there anyway. Ooh, he said a waste of a soul. Zeke is so garbage. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, I don't like wasn't really landing the punches. He really should have kicked this dude's butt. He should have kicked his ass, Jack Hammer. But because his hand is not in the best condition, he haven't fought in over about 8 years, right? Um, so he he decides he gonna go to his dad's gym. You know, the gym is called Kilroy's. That's their last name. The gym the dad runs, and he goes in there and start trying to shadow box and everything, and then he see his homeboy Jay show up. Jay put on the gloves, on the pads, and he was like, bam, 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 bam. You know, they was hitting the gloves, and then over in the corner, he hallucinating, and he see his brother Calvin, but it's he, you know, it's like a ghost. He wasn't there, but he, you know, he think he's hallucinating and think he see his brother Calvin. Once he see Calvin, he in his mind he sees Calvin. Once he sees him, he don't want to box no more. And Jay was like, "Where you going? Where you going?" You know, because Jay wants him to get back in the ring as well. Uh, so now here we got Zeke puts the boxing, well, no, not a boxing match, excuse me. Zeke puts that little squabble between Jackhammer and Duke on social media, and like he probably TikTok or Instagram or something, right? And then he gonna add all these little special effects, and he made it look like that Duke was whipping Jackhammer's ass, and it wasn't like that. So he's talking to Corey, who's the promoter. He's the one who he was offering the 6 fight deal, and but he can't get that deal unless Duke comes on board. So he's talking to him, and then Jackhammer comes into Zeke's office, and he said, "Man, what's up with that? It's all those social media. That fight didn't happen. That little squabble didn't happen like that." Um, and Zeke sort of just shut this dude down. You know, he was just very disrespectful. Hey, West Coast Barbara, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? 8 years is a long time for Duke as an inmate. Yeah, it's a long time. Look, 8 minutes is a long time for me. Okay, that's why I'm Team Duke forever. Yeah, I'm riding with Duke right now. Even though Duke making mistakes, I'm still riding with Duke. I'm riding with him right now. He's making he making hella mistakes though. You know what I'm saying? So, but but I'm hanging in there with him. So, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Thing here is froze up over here. Let me hang on 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to get this stuff together. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know what was going on. My screen was freezing up on me, and I was trying to fix it. Okay. Well, I'm here now. All right. Let me move this along. So they had a little back and forth, but anyway, he just sort of disrespected Jackhammer, which I ain't mad about that. So, Scott, the business investor, who runs, who's who's all entangled with the online betting. He runs an app or something, or owns an app. He's like a CEO of this online betting site. And so, Simbella wants to work with him so he could bring the online betting that he has online and bring it over to London so she can make, billions of dollars. And he told her that the investors are on board, but you got to come up with a huge chunk of money. And she said, "Oh, that's not a problem." So she goes into she there with the accountant, and she goes into the safe that's down into the floor, and she pulls up, taking out stacks and stacks of money. I don't know what they call the money they call over there. What do y'all know? What we call money over here, dollars, U.S. dollars. What do they call the money over in the UK? Is it pounds? Yeah, pounds. I think it's pounds. So I don't know how many pounds she is taking um out of the safe, but and then she's also going to sell Joy's investment property, and take that from her, and you know She's going behind. She's going to take the investment property from Joy, take Joy's business and everything, and she's using all that as assets so that she can invest into this online betting thing, which I believe she gonna lose all this money. I don't believe that the online betting thing is going to work. I think some reason or another this guy going to end up ripping her off and take all her money. I don't know why I don't trust him. I think this guy's going to rip her off and take all of Simbella's money. Okay, that's what I think. Now I could be wrong, but we shall see. Um, so when and Joy, when she finds out, no, first of all, she comes storming up into Simbella's house or office, wherever she was at, and she she found, well, she already found out. She found out that she took her business from her investment property. She said, "Look, I've had all your calls routed to my cell phone. I am going to take over the family business. The only thing you need to be doing is being a wife and a mother and taking care of your family. You do not need to be worrying about business." She took the little boy, picked him up. Simbella picked the little boy up from school, which is, she she know that's not her brother, but she's doing it. She's trying to play along to Ahmed Joy and act like that's, that little Aiden is her brother, but she know that that's Duke's child. She knew they've been having an affair. She knew it all along. So, um, but she picked him up from school without Ahmed Joy's permission, and bought him a game and all of that kind of stuff. And talking about, I want to stay here for the weekend. And she said, okay, I'll pick you up on Monday, blah, blah, blah. And they had their exchange back and forth. And watch, it's going to come to blows. Joy knows how to box, and Joy is going to beat the dog crap out of Simbella. And I'm here for it. I hope it happens. I hope we have a good old girl fight when they get to scrapping. I really do. I really think the Joy is going to beat the dog mess out of Simbella. And you say you team Zeke. You team Zeke. I can't stand Zeke. I don't like him. I don't like him or CC. I don't like either one of them. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it at all. Okay. Um, I need Joy to box CC. She's she's a disrespectful something. Yes, right. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good girl fight, Candy, and they are going to be pulling on each other's hair and scratching each other's eyeballs and punching each other in the face. And you say, okay, wait a minute. RC said I don't like Joy, but Simbella was wrong as hell. Okay, so you don't like Almond Joy. Well, um, okay, and CJ said that Zeke and CC are trash to CJ's person. Yeah, so um I don't know about the trash, but I just know I don't care for their characters. Not right now. I think all the stuff they doing is definitely gonna blow up in their face when Kingsley show up. And I'm here for it. Candy. We're gonna talk about it on Tuesday on Amina's channel at 8 p.m. Eastern time. But I can't wait for Kingsley to show up, Candy, so that Kingsley can, you know, bust all that bubble and oh man, he's gonna be pissed. He's not gonna like nothing that's going on. He's not gonna like anything that's going on. He's gonna be pissed, and I think Kingsley know that that's not his son too. I think he knows it. Um, and he is not gonna like what Simbella is doing, especially when it comes to running the business and this online business stuff. I think that's going to blow up my face. I think that white guy. Let me go back one more time. I know I just said it. I'm gonna say it one more time for the people in the back who didn't hear me. I believe this guy up here, Scott, is going to run off with this lady's money. And look, she taking the money from the family business, and then gonna steal your father's wife's business and snatch her company from her and take her money and everything. Now her livelihood. Kingsley ain't gonna like this. And who told you to do this? Ain't nobody tell you to do that. You didn't get my permission. The only thing these two should have been doing is just running everything and keeping everything running smooth while their father is away somewhere. Not to be going in there trying to take over and do something behind his back. And he definitely don't ain't gonna like nothing that Zeke is doing. Because remember, the first episode, he called him a stupid idiot. I just went back and rewatched the first episode the other last night actually, and he called him a effing idiot. So yeah, Kingsley not gonna be happy. And what she did here, using a little boy, um, and she know that's not her brother. She know that's not her damn brother. And boy, that was just dirty. I don't care what y'all say. I just think it was dirty. They they move off emotion and not logic. Yes, I agree. Yes, please bring Kingsley back soon. Yes, I agree, Michelle. Okay, I agree, and I agree with Candy just said too. Um, okay, so then she decided after talking to Simbella, funky ass, she went to Duke and said, "Look, remember our plans? We planned on leaving together, and we was gonna get out of town, and all this kind of stuff. We was gonna run off and live happily ever after. Well, I'm ready to go. I'm ready. I'm ready to go now. Okay, so I'm going to go pack my stuff and get Aiden, and we getting out of town. So she was trying to get him to go with her, and he was like, "Oh, well, it's not the right time, and the timing is wrong." And she said, "Timing." She said, "What are you talking about timing? It's never a good time, but right now is the time." So she was pissed, and she said, "Well, I'm leaving with or without you." Okay, then they had the memorial service for Simeon. I'm not even gonna say rest in peace to Simeon. Simeon was dumb. Okay, he was also, he's another one that moved on emotion, Candy, and his ass got taken out. He got stabbed in the neck. So they said rest in power to him. I don't give a damn about Simeon. He was dumb. So, but Simeon used to be a boxer and everything. So they hitting the bell in remembrance of him 10 times. Ding, 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 a whole bunch of time. And so the ring girls is there. You got Kim, who's the feds, and working undercover, and the other girl named Jasmine. And and they sitting there talking, and Kim is spying and trying to figure out everything. She's just being nosy and trying to figure out everything, so because she's looking to try to take them down. So you got Lazaro who's standing outside watching everything, and he see that Duke gets in the car with Kim, and she talking about, you need a ride? And he said, no, I'm okay. I don't need a ride. She said, no, come on. I'll give you a ride. Let's go get some fish and chips. I love fish and chips, y'all. I love me some, um, when you go, the deep fried, battered fish and chips. I love fish and chips. Like, not every place make it good, but if you go to a good restaurant, they got good fish and chips. It's really good. So, they got the fish and chips. They go back to Duke's father house, got Geyser, and Geyser didn't know there was company there, but then he comes out and start talking to them, start eating with them, and then he brings out the baby book, and then all the pictures that over the years that he collected of his sons, and particularly Duke. So Duke said, I didn't know you had all these, pictures and stuff. Yeah, I mean, regardless, they don't have a great relationship all the time, but that's still, his father. Hey, Tamika, what's going on, girl? I hope you feeling better. I was thinking about you today. I meant to reach out, so um, I hope you feeling better. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, rest in hell to Simeon. Don't nobody give a damn about him. Um, he bought that on himself. So after they finished eating the fish and chips and talking or whatever, He was telling Kim, well, it's been a good evening, thanks for giving me a ride home, whatever, whatever. And she said, well, the evening is, we ain't got to end the evening, it's still young. So they go out for drinks and go to a club and get to dancing and everything. And then one thing led to another. They go back, they left the club, they go look at the Kim's place, and they getting it in. Okay, I mean, she taking off her panty drawers. He hitting it from the back. I mean, they getting it in. So I figured that was going to happen. I knew at some point they was going to sleep together. Now Duke don't have no feelings for her whatsoever. He been away for 8 years. Okay, he already to mess with Joy, with Almond Joy, and he see a pretty woman, and she throwing it on him. So what he gonna do? Say no? So he went on and got some of that, and got the panty draws. But he ain't got no feelings for her whatsoever. You know, so it is what it is. We knew this was coming. We knew it was coming as soon, at some point, sooner or later. But when she was in Duke's house, now actually I'm not sure if they went back to Duke's house or they went to her house. I'm not really sure. But when she was in Duke's house, she noticed the duffel bag with the ski mask there. And then when she gets home, she looked up on her laptop, and apparently what happened at the Russian bathhouse was two dudes with ski masks. And so Lazio, Lazio, whatever his name is, he comes and tell Duke, "Hey, that lady is the feds. She's the feds. She was at the hospital or at the morgue when he went to go see about Simeon. So this lady's the feds. So she knows too much." And so now Duke is trying to, he got to be very, very careful anything he says or he does around Kim going forward. Now that he knows that she's the Fed. Matter of fact, I don't know. Do y'all think Kim gonna make it? Do y'all think Kim is going to make it out of this season? Okay, just because she's a woman don't mean she can't get taken out. And just because she a Fed don't mean she can't get taken out. Okay. So do y'all think she gonna make it? Candy, Tamika, anybody, y'all think RC, y'all think Kim gonna make it out of the season? You know? Cause Lazio might kill her ass. Unless she kills Lazaro. Um, unless she kills Lazaro, she might not make it. But we know she can fight. We saw her in action with that other guy, so maybe she might take out Lazarus. She gonna get to the bottom of it. But this is not looking good for Duke. Like he's not really running things right. Cause he's not a gangster. And he's not that kind of guy. So I don't even know how he got himself involved. Like you said earlier, Candy, they all moving on emotions and not logic. Let me see what y'all talking about. Kim needs to be taken out. I believe she'll make it. Yeah. But let's see. Okay, okay. So yeah, so y'all believe she might make it. Okay, she might. They might make, because they might make her like a main character. So usually they try to keep the cops in there for a while before they get rid of them. Maybe the other one named Lewis might get taken out, but I think she's now become like a main character, so they might keep her. Um, but Lazaro might end up being taken out. To be honest with you, when she goes to see this guy, I don't even remember what his name was, but I guess he Russian or something, but he knows about um I guess he knows about what happened at the Russian bathhouse. So I don't really know who this guy is, but she came in there and she whipped him when he was trying to get all up in her face. She put the 1-2 on him, and she wasn't playing no games. Put him in a chokehold and everything. He had a bomb that he set off that, like, what was he gonna do? Blow his own self up? It just didn't even make sense. this whole scene was kind of dumb. But she said that she asked him, I guess because he knew what went down at the bathhouse, and so she asked him, well, who was the other guy? Who was the other guy? Who was the guys that was there? And he said he didn't know the other guy's name. He was a big, tall, muscular dude. So she's probably putting two and two together that a big, tall, muscular dude, it must be Dookie. Okay. So Dookie is really messing up right about now. So now we got like a interview going on with Jack Hammer because he's about to it's like a, I don't want to say it's a press conference, but he's about to have a fight come up. Some guy up there named Victor, and so this guy's interviewing him. He's just asking him questions. Um, you know, he was just saying he mentioned Tyson, he mentioned Holyfield name, all that, but he said, but he's still putting Duke. The interviewer was still putting Dookie, high regards, you know, and Jackhammer wasn't feeling it. Now Geyser and Jay, they showed up for the press event, and Dookie was like, "No, y'all got to get out of here." And Jay was like, "What you talking about, man? We just got here." And Geyser was like, his dad was like, "No, we just got here. I want to hear about the press conference. I want to hear everything's going on." He kept telling them to leave, but they would not leave. And then I'm sure they wish they had left. um, I'm sure they wish they had left. Let's see. So, as the little press conference or the interview, whatever it is, going on, the Russian dudes came in there, and oh wait a minute, before I talk about this, they never showed any more about the Irish. Remember when what was about the last episode or something, maybe 2 episodes ago. Anyway, 1 or 2 episodes ago, they had the Irish came in there, and Duke got to fighting with them and all that. We never seen them no more. So are they gonna follow up with that? But anyway, now the Russians coming in, and because Sergey probably sent them, and they get to fighting and tearing the place up. And Jackhammer even jumps in and saves Duke's behind. And he said, "Look, this don't make us friends just because I saved you." Maybe they probably will end up becoming friends. I could see them end up fighting at some point in the boxing ring. Where with all the commotion and everything going on, people they was in there fighting with bats, sticks, pipes, knives and everything. Geyser in the meantime got stabbed in the gut. And Jay was like, call 911, call 911. And right before, you know, he was going to call 911, you know, right before he was going to call 911, he gets a call from Ahmed Joy. So let me switch over back to Ahmed Joy. Ahmed Joy was at home. So while that press conference and stuff was going on, all that debacle going on, Ahmed Joy is getting the passports for her and Aiden together. She's packing overnight clothes and grabbing everything she can and throwing it in duffel bags and her suitcase, packing suitcases because she's trying to get the hell out of there. Well, while she doing that, the maid Aiden got his earphones on. He playing a game or listening to music or whatever. He looked like he having a nice time. Cute little boy. The maid, sorry, the picture came out all fuzzy and messed up, but the maid was vacuuming, doing her job as she supposed to be doing the job she getting paid for. And here comes Sergey, and he come in there and he confronted the maid, and he sticks the hammer up in the maid's face, and pow pow pow, the maid is down for the count and she's gone, blood everywhere. But we don't see Aiden no more. So this was at Simbella's house. So Joy goes to Simbella's house to grab her son because they're gonna get the hell out of town. And she finds the maid. She screams. That maid is laying there bloody. Um, and Aiden is missing and gone. Simbella is not home. She hollering and screaming, and she calls Dookie on the phone, and she said, Your son is missing. Your son Aiden is missing. And Duke had a surprised look on his face. I don't know why he's so surprised. Can he add and subtract? I mean, you knew how long you was in prison, and you know how old this little boy is. So it don't take much to put two and two together. That 8 9 years, whatever it is, that you've been away, and the little boy is about 8 years old, about that age. So he put, I don't know why Dookie is acting like looking all shocked. So I mean, we'll see what's gonna happen in the next episode, but he's looking all shocked, like, what you talking about? Son, how could that be? I mean, he ain't saying this, but that's the look on his face. But why wouldn't she tell Dookie that Aiden is his son right at the beginning? You know? Um well, that's what, hey vacay, that's what Zeke calling him, Dookie. So I'm calling him Dookie too. Um is that I thought Zeke was going to tool up when he went to the office during the fight. Yeah, me too. Oh, that's another thing. Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. So when the fight broke out, and it was a big melee, everybody throwing chairs and bats and knives and fighting, and they were scrapping, right? Zeke goes get the running into his office. He goes in his desk drawer, get a key. He goes into this, I thought it was a closet, where he was going to tool up, like RC said, and get the busting. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Then I would have been like, all right, Zeke, you my man, right? No, this dude goes and run. He goes and run, and don't help nobody. He's a sucker. He's a sucker MC. But she should have told Dookie. And why? Yeah. Oh, that's why you don't like Almond Joy. Okay, because yeah, Duke do seem like a little slow. So Michelle, he I'm reading what Tamika just wrote, and I'm about to laugh, but I wanted this comment on Michelle. He do seem slow, and because of the fact that he is not a gangster, he's not a drug dealer, he's not a street dude. He is an athlete. He's a boxer. He's been boxing all his life since he was a little boy. Remember, Geyser had the whole photo album with pictures of him when he was a little kid boxing. So he's not that, but now he's stabbing people in the neck and chopping people's tongues off and shooting people and beating people up. Where did all this gangster mentality come from if that was never you in the first place? I mean, I guess maybe from jail, because he did shank the guy who took out his brother. So I don't know. But this was funny. Tamika said, I don't give a damn about any of these characters. I'm really on the same page with Tamika. I don't like Cece and Zeke. Almond Joy is a beautiful woman, but I don't like the fact she didn't tell Dookie that that's his the Aiden is his child. Tamika, I want to care about Kingsley, but we ain't seen him yet. So I hope that Kingsley comes back, so that comes back in the next episode. Now that Aiden is missing, and so he can get all this stuff straightened out. So yeah, they had to make it dramatic. Yeah, you're right. You say you don't care for Almond Joy. I don't have no feelings about her one way or the other. I think she's a beautiful woman. I give her that. I've been saying that since day one. I was like, this lady's gorgeous. Okay, she's pretty chocolate skin, right? But otherwise, I don't got no feeling for her. And this is only the first season, so I gotta build up whether I like somebody or not. Well, I have to see how it all play out at the end. But as of right now, I'm kind of really on the same page with Tamika. The only person that I may give a damn about Tamika is Aiden, the little boy. That's the only one that I'm rooting for. Okay. He's so focused on Kingsley, he's not thinking straight. Right. Because I don't think Kingsley had nothing to do with what happened to his brother. I really think it's Armando, the drug lord from Mexico, the guy from prison. the one who's dangling the whole strings. He's the one who set this whole thing up in motion. He's the one who got the most to gain because if he could take down the Marshalls, the Russians, the Armenians, the Irish, who was the other group? It was somebody else. The Turks. If he can take all them people out, the Africans, all if he could take everybody out, he would be the man in charge. He would be running all of it. So I just think it's Armando that's behind this. Hey, Stephen Harris, how you doing? Um, yeah, I've been waiting for Kingsley to come. Yeah, and he fine, Tamika. Kingsley is a fine looking chocolate man, and us ladies, we need some eye candy. I mean, I'm not saying nothing wrong with Duke. Duke's a nice looking man. Okay. Zeke is all right too. He's nice, he's decent, nice looking brother. But I mean Kingsley, I'm a woman of a certain age, and I like a man of a certain age, and I like the man with the beard and all that. So he's a good looking man. So I want to see what he do. And even if he come in here and cause a whole bunch of problems, I want to see. I also want to see what he gonna do because they've been talking about him. But hey, let's get it going. I've been enjoying Fightland. I'm enjoying it. I don't hate it, even though I'm with Tamika. Most of these characters I don't give a damn about. I don't have no feelings about them. But I'm enjoying it. It's a new series, a new show, and so we have to build and get to know the characters. So if they get depending on how this season ends, and if they get picked up for season 2, I might end up starting to like somebody. But right now, I don't have no connection or feeling about anybody right now. So anyway, so that's that on that. So now he knows uh it's confirmed what we already knew anyway. It's confirmed that Aiden is Dookie's little son. We knew that from the second episode, and or the first, whatever. I think it was what the first episode or second episode that we saw little Aiden, and so we as soon as we saw him, we knew that. And then we're waiting on Kingsley to come back. Um, Zeke is a sucker for running and not getting some, like RC said, tooling up and getting the busting off in there. He runs like old sucker. And Simbella, it's going all this online betting thing. She did not get the approval from her daddy. And she's making a big move. She's taking the family money. She's taking the money. She took the business from her stepmama, and Joy, and she's investing into this online betting thing. And watch this thing don't blow up in her face. Watch this guy Scott don't take the money. It's something bad gonna happen. I don't know everything. I'm just guessing. I don't know, but we'll see. But I know Tuesday, this week, Amina on Amina's page. Amina's hosting, but they'll be streaming to my page and Detroit page, whatever. And maybe Candy might be streaming. But we're going to be talking about Fightland again with Amina. And that's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then Wednesday is Lioness, so I have to watch episode 4 so I can, be ready for that. And that's hosted by me, and we also have my special guests of Torian, Detroit, Candy Love, and Tamika. And anybody else who might want to join, just let me know. Um Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Tamika says, I feel like it's pretty predictable. It's definitely not going the way she think it is. Yeah, with Simbella, with Cece. Oh no, yeah, we know she's too eager. She said, I'll do anything. Remember she said that in one of them episodes? Like maybe it was episode 2 or 3. I'll do anything. He said, what are you willing to do for this? To have to get the online betting thing going in London. And she said, I'll do anything. So it's going to blow up in her face. And I think it's not going to go right when the father come back. That's what I really think. I don't know. But you're right. I mean, this show ain't complicated. It's an easy watch. Look, it's not even an hour yet. It's like 50 minutes we've been up here. And we already done talking about it. So I mean, this is an easy watch. Like Tamika said, it's pretty predictable. But I'm enjoying watching something else. We would I was burnt out and tired of the Power universe. I ain't even gonna talk about them until Origins come back. So I was cool with, trying something new, trying another show. Um, it says she thirsty and she thinks she's smarter than everyone. Yeah, something, you're right, because Zeka's even said that to her. You think you're in charge. You think you running shit. You know what I'm saying? Zeke even told her that. So yeah, she do think she is smarter than everybody else. You're right. So what I said, so what I did I leave off with something? Oh, I know one more thing. So it'll be in the community tab. So everybody will have, notice. But we got Tuesday Fightland with the Mina. We'll talk about that. It's a live panel. And then Wednesday live panel with Lioness, episode 4. And then I may do trending topics on Thursday or Friday. Maybe Friday. I may. I don't know. Or I might do a throwback movie on Friday. So something will happen on Friday. It's either going to be trending topics or it's going to be a throwback movie. Um so I haven't decided um on that. So it may be something on Friday. So just keep your notifications on and check the community tab. And but then Sunday, the 30th, the last Sunday of the month, Tamika and I, and maybe Moochie, if she's able to, we're going to be talking about Superfly, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And Superfly is the original 1972 with Ron O'Neal. Okay. So you can find it on various streaming platforms. Um, if y'all know that Ice T has a streaming platform called the OG Network, it's a free platform, and he has a lot of the old school 70s movies on there that you can watch for free. It's called the OG Network, which is Ice T's platform. And he has a lot of the old 70s throwback movies on there. So you can, watch Superfly on there, but it might be on some Tubi and some other things. Okay. So, but Tamika and I gonna, how we get into our 70s, bag. So, I'm maybe one of my wigs might come out. Okay. The last one we did, I had put the afro on when we did Shaft with Richard Roundtree. I don't know if I'm gonna do the afro on this one. I think I might, maybe one of my wigs might come out on the next on this next one. There's a documentary on the real Marlo on it. Yes, it is. I have not watched it yet, RC, but I'm going to. Yes. So yeah, and that's a free network, the OG network, that which is owned by Ice T, and is another guy, Court. I forgot his last name. But y'all know his face if you see the guy. But anyway, check out that free platform. Hey, Miss Nisi, what's going on? Oh, and one last thing before I do get out of here. People have been asking me to do the 5 heartbeats, but I did it with Tamika and Moochie 2 years ago. So I reposted it on in the community tab. Since I already did it with the ladies, I'm not going to redo it again. That was when I first started YouTube, so I definitely want to give my apologies in advance. My lighting wasn't right. Microphone, all that wasn't all that together. I ain't, I'm still learning. But Tamika was hosting. We had a real good time talking about 5 heartbeats. So rest in peace to Michael Wright, who played Eddie Kane Jr. And so I reposted it on the community tab. So if you didn't see our thing, our recap, the review, 2 years ago, I ain't forgot it's been 2 years, Tamika. But if you didn't see it 2 years ago, you can go on Tamika's page or Moochie's page and find it. But it's on, I've reposted on my community tab. I can't repost it as a live because YouTube will say it's plagiarism or something, even though it's your own work that they do that. But but I put it in my community tab and y'all can rewatch it there. Rest in peace to Michael Wright. Yes, yes, yes. Eddie Kane Jr. And also Eddie, no, not Eddie, Michael Wright. He was phenomenal in Sugar Hill, and I think that's gonna be my next movie. Think Sugar Hill is gonna be my next one. So if I don't do Sugar Hill this Friday, I may get it done in the following week. But I'm gonna do Sugar Hill. So I need to go back and rewatch it and everything. And yeah, Ray Nathan. Ray Nathan. Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. I think that's going to be the next throwback movie is Sugar Hill in honor of Michael Wright. And also y'all need to watch Oz. He was on Oz. I forgot what season he came in on, but if you have never watched Oz, he plays another crazy character, but phenomenal acting on Oz. So I mean, I love Oz. Every now and then I go back and watch, episodes of Oz. And you can find the episodes that he did on YouTube. If you just want to watch, if you don't want to watch the whole series, just go watch the clips and put in Michael. Go to in the YouTube search space, type in Michael Wright and Oz, HBO, whatever. Just put a little bit of that information in and you'll see videos of when he was on Oz. He was phenomenal on there. He was crazy. He was crazy just like he was with Eddie Kane, crazy like he was when he played Ray Nathan. Sugar Hill was a good movie. Y'all want to do that because that got, and there's so many people in that movie that have died. So and we'll talk about it at the time. So that's a really, really good movie. So that's probably it. I want to say this Friday, but just in case I cannot do it this Friday, I'll try to do it the following week after. But this Sunday, I mean, not this next Sunday or this week coming in will be Superfly, 1972, Ron O'Neal. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss any comments. Okay. Well, all right, y'all. I've been up here now. I got all that done in less than an hour. Okay, we just at almost about the hour mark, and that's a good enough time. So we can get on out of here. No, everybody want to. If you ain't had your dinner yet, go get your dinner. I've already had mine. Now I'm ready for a little dessert. Got a little peach cobbler in there. Let me eat some of that, and I'm gonna sit back and chill, and you know, about to light my little joint here and relax. Okay. And I will see y'all this week on the YouTube streets. Okay. Love y'all. Have a good one. Good night.